Okay. So, just trying to figure out exactly. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and share the stream. All right. I had like a thing going where it was like up and facing the wall with, like a preview screen and stuff, and then OBS crashed. And I'm just like, all right, I need to get this going at this point. I'll take what I can get here. That's interesting. I'm trying to get onto Facebook too. Oh, wait a minute. Trying to get onto Facebook to like post the link, but of course I'm not logged into the right thing, so it's ugh. It's supposed to ask me. Whatever. Oh, there we go. Yes, it's me. Now I can post. All right. So we are going to start a new game. Normal difficulty. We're gonna make a custom character. And personally, my favorite portrait and in general favorite look is this one. So that's what we go. And I'm not too concerned with the face. I know this is all that important. You're gonna be under so much stuff. But I do want her to have the area from the image. So of course I have to look through here. There we go. And then what's weird is they don't have a scar for the same spot as the scar on her eye. Like this is what location, but it's on the opposite side. Which I find funny. And then these tattoos are from the organic cast and stuff, so they slip into these tattoos. Yeah, so you go to augment, and there's a bunch of augmentations. None of them are popular the way that this character portrait has, which I find unique enough. It's like, what's the deal? Why is it an option on the portrait but not in game facial shots? Anyway. So, electronic augmentations. gonna play a little bit nuts. And much like my first playthrough, I'm gonna go with a Hive Crime Lord. And this is just a side effect of me being super into Necromunda, is I feel the need to play a Necromunda character uh, in my game, of course. All right. So, Apex of Brilliance managed to corrupt an entire star system and turn it to your personal den of thieves. You strip the Ecclesiarchy Cardinal of the priceless treasure, in case you lure Imperium bonus, and you prevail a bloody shadow war against void pirates in your sector. So, and that gives you logic. I'm gonna go with that one. The logic over. Wait, they both give you logic. That's funny. We'll go with Feet of. No, Apex of Brilliance. And then for negative, there's a minus to persuasion, a minus to carouse. Turn your partners into the authorities and give them as a traitor. That's also an option. I feel like I'm gonna lose the persuasion. Alright, now, the real question. What kind of lady do I want to be? Blade Dancer. Oh, interesting. That's like a new class. That got added in the expansion pack. They dodge and they try to do damage. Oh, that's interesting. I do like that idea. You do extra damage from a leaping attack. Soldier, I feel like is useful, but you do wind up with some good soldiers. I played officer last time. No, I played an operative last time. I'm gonna play an officer this time. All right. Now, I do want to shore up my willpower since that gets used a lot. A bonus to my ballistic skill. A bonus to my fellowship. Let me take willpower up to like above average. And perception up to above average. And intelligence up to above average. And then we now have two options for ships. So that's cool. Enter the name. So we're gonna be ship. I'm gonna go with the Wellspring of Abundance. This feels like appropriately ostentatious and optimistic rogue trader kind of thing. All right. Let's do this. Lavinia. No. Her name is Nora Dina. Noradina. Boom. And so, we get started. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and read my responses here, as I feel that's the best way to handle the dialogue in this game, since it's not a voiced protagonist. I should probably turn the volume down a little bit. Alright. Let's see. Frankly, such excess can be tiring at times. I see what's going on here. Okay. Audio issue is fixed.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtfear, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencia. Yes, at your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Noridino Stubbs. My name is rather well known in certain circles in the Calexis sector.
My regards. Naturally, the infamy of your achievements in the shadows of an entire sector is not unknown to me. Your enterprising spirit and, if you excuse my bluntness, refusal to die are qualities worth saluting. It is as if you were carried here on the wings of destiny itself. I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Ah, so I share my dynastic name with her. But I board this vessel. Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the Rogue Trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor.
Alright. Blessed by the God Emperor.
Your former position may have been different from conventional service as part of one of the institutions of the Imperium. But from now on, a different fate awaits you. One chosen for you by the Lord Captain. I advise you to come to terms with this reality as quickly as possible.
Okay. That's fine, I guess. I'm an heir. Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Tell me about Lady Theodora.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back, especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Ah, suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
I think I can handle being not obtuse. Disrespectful is another problem altogether. I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let's address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Ethelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Alright. Just gonna walk along, follow this doofus. Hopefully they know. Boy, I should turn off the tutorial. It's gonna keep popping stuff up, but I've played a good way into the Act 2 of this game. And then it started getting kind of glitchy.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
One of the Von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
I feel like that Leman Russ should be even bigger.
What's happening?
Emotion shenanigans.
The servitors have gone berserk!
Cower before the mind unhinged.
Alright, start the battle. Servitors going crazy. Probably not a prelude to a bunch of problems. Alright, and these tutorials keep coming out. Alright.
Schemes within schemes.
That
within
guy's
schemes.
stats. And then take a shot.
Oh, a
Look at
wicked
and
thought.
this. Maybe Rogue has a chance. That didn't go well. You know, what if it grew?
Oh, a genius at work.
I feel like he'd be doing a little bit better here.
What if?
Hey, I got it.
Even I won't do that.
Even with me boosting his stats, he's still dogging it. Alright. Looking forward to getting to the first few fights.
Schemes within schemes.
But yeah, Motivator is like completely untouchable from this guy. But clearly nothing's going wrong here.
For the glory of the Imperium!
Let's see.
but suspiciously poor timing for some.
Alright. He wants me to go on to the attack. While he manages all
I'm
this.
afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Alright.
One step at a time,
This way.
amidst the madness.
I've not tried using the mad voice for my road trader before. And it is either going to be fun or really annoying. I can guess which one it's gonna be. No, she'll be fine.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
I'm walking in on
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
So, I'm looking at this guy. He seems to be like 30. His skin is parchment-like, and he's twitchy. He's got some kind of physical defect. And Lady Theodora is a babe. A gray-haired dude who will come to be my best friend.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure? Thorough, but presumptuous. It took me a great deal to find one psyker who could serve me well for many years. Yet you speak of several.
Sanctioned psychers are rare and valuable instruments of the Golden Throne. Or do you suggest that we use heretics, who are an offense to the God Emperor's light? It would be rather careless of you to utter such profanity in the presence of his faithful servants.
Well, Lord Dushelthrad, I gave a straight answer.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officers' deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
Get out of here, Edelthrad.
So, why are you here?
Did you send for
have
me?
ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lickspittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
Slow down, Shakespeare. Slow down. I'm with you.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
Alright, wanna?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
Right, so she likes Edelthrad.
Bloodright alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
What mistake is that?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
Okay. So if you're satisfied with Edelthrad, why are you wasting your time with me?
I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse.
So she wants somebody who's a little
One could
dirty.
not in good faith describe your background as one of exemplary service to the Imperium. However, I am intrigued by you and your past. To have survived and prospered between the letters of the law is a rare achievement among those in our circle. You are skilled in the art of taking risks and cutting corners. Trust me when I say that you will have sufficient opportunity to apply this talent for the good of the house.
Rogue traders are just crime bosses that have a permission slip. I can do what I want.
Moreover, your remarkable mental abilities were noted in your profile. If you can find a way to exhibit them in the service of the von Valancius dynasty, well, so much the better.
So you can ask my questions then.
I have some time before the navigator
yeah.
gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my
Sure,
presence
can
is
you?
required on the bridge.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay. I mean, do you want to... Do you want me to check on that soon? And then talk to you? Okay. Night. Server
Is
intact
that
crew.
so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
So what are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
And where are we going?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers, and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor.
Let's do this.
I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage. But now, in that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Okay, so... Step aside.
Protect me.
I took care of this one. Brace yourself, Abelard. My meat.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Okay.
I won't sully myself with that. Ha! Another one is shattered.
Dropped it.
Out of my way. Death to non-believers.
Just a minor setback.
Death to the weak. I am your doom.
Pain and duty go hand in hand. Aesthetically sound approach.
My faith strengthens me. Death to the heretics.
I serve the ruinous power.
Reduced to dust.
Man,
I've seen worse
stream
battles
on
than
this
this in
fish
my
fight a
time.
little bit.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel. Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Patience? My nerves are frayed.
Oh, wait. This way. Yeah. Oh, there's that one.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Okay, here I guess. This is...
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
So who's sending a warp
Lunatics,
mutiny?
fools, heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have tainted any one of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such risks are inescapable. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the Navigator's Sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Okay.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-Militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
Shouts at me.
If I may, Lord Captain, Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Ethelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Ethelthrad's psychic powers.
Alright, so I'm going with
Then it's
Doofus.
settled. Find Ethelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? Then move out! Mort,
Alright,
come.
let's do this. Off we go to find Ethelred.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
Let's go.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Oh man, I got stunned. Special destiny, what does that mean?
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. She has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber, and for that, I need her breathing. Oh,
You
you're back with us,
two-faced
I see.
scum. You're behind this.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you, We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel.
Was your blood
An
too
ancient
thin?
device.
Void of vigor.
On the contrary, the warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
What sorry, pathetic excuse do you even have for your apostasy, you sordid, wretched pile of rocks shit?
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's curve. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind.
Oh, he's big bad.
Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench, Fon Valencius, watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
So you're just some chaos lackey. Go to the gate. Alright, I'll find a way to make you pay for it.
But that's enough talk. Fulfill your destiny.
And off we go. The tunnel agency in this part. Carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaic tech relic. Servitors on the gate begin to move, and the screeching and groaning of Madlet leans forward closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The mid-screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voice that fills your head after Boybeer wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Alright, I'll place my hand on the Sentinel's maw.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Oh, so the servitor is somehow talking to me in my head. And I can say, I do require assistance.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Boy, we should be ashamed. We would all get murdered by heavy voltage detonators.
There is still another way.
Alright, sweet. Warning chamber. It's pretty cool.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Warning trains is ridiculous. Is there anything I can interact with? Like explore the warden chamber. But I don't see any interactable stuff. Okay. That's gonna hit. It's just a big warrant. I mean, I already know what it conveys, so seeing it is just gonna be, oh cool, the Emperor was here.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Oh, exploding door seems like it might be the way to go. No, never mind. I'm not sure where to go.
Ah, one step at a time amidst
do
the
this part once.
madness.
I am missing something. Okay, check to make sure it's safe.
They will see.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
yes, they all will see.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
Okay, who are you?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Alright, E11.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the Warren chamber, preemptive sealing must be...
Alright, so we gotta seal this chamber. Can you do that? That's not good.
Run, fools, or fall!
Oh, that blood.
Mistress? What? Whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me! What is the meaning of this?
20 years a traitor. When we parted ways in the officer's deck, he stunned me and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something and tried to reach the warrant as part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Mistress, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Yes. Lord Gary admitted he was
Saints'
master.
blood! Then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Mistress. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster.
We're going to go kick some
You're in a
butts.
bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Alright, so I got some gear. Oops, no. Wait, I didn't mean to add that to cargo.
What? No.
I don't remember where this can go.
I won't sully myself with that. Even I won't do that.
Oh, it can't be equipped. Got it. Okay.
Look no further. Let me help. That is a noticeable improvement. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can... Lady Theodorus. Which one? The last one I received was about the navigator's sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well and safely in charge. Absolutely.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to...
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well-deserved. Onward!
Venerate the dark god! My next offering!
Into the fray we charge!
All of you will bleed!
My ears are ringing.
Chaos guides me! I serve the ruinous powers!
Let's see. Schemes within schemes. Oh, a predictable downfall.
Out of my way!
Another scar to my collection.
I will do my duty. I've suffered worse. It will be done. I took care of this one.
Crush the feeble!
Death to non-believers!
Fails. Another one. What? Darling, no!
I'd rather not. My place is at the fore. One fewer target. What advice do you seek? marching on.
I hear it. Here, on the threshold of the blinded guide, doom comes from the heavens.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. Their voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abala, how they sing.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the Immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer. The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are Von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Officers frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officers' deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officers' deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it! You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart. The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we save the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks. Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
But of course. On it, what an unfortunate turn of fate. Not this scryer's job.
A genius at work. A wicked thought.
Let's make it quick.
I bring ruin.
Brace yourself, Abelard. Follow my lead. Victory is mine. Took care of this one. I'm not interested. At your beck and call. Reduced to dust.
Was that you, Farewell?
Schemes within schemes. I won't sully myself with that.
believe Master Vespider still lives. Well, the servants are dead. But the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Wounded, exhausted, fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Pick one.
Your time is short.
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Ah! It came from beyond!
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Lee.
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms at the
Vespidus, good luck. And thank you.